AIDS disease, Bible prophecy, and the King James Version English Bible Code. This is a video on AIDS disease and the HIV virus that causes AIDS from the Revelation13.net website, a site where Bible prophecy, astrology, and the King James Version English Bible Code are discussed in trying to predict future world events. Here we will discuss AIDS disease and the HIV virus to see if this analysis indicates there is hope of a cure. This is a photo of the HIV virus. The Bible Code is a way of looking for hidden prophecies and passages in the Bible by using a software program to search for messages in the Old Testament Hebrew text. The spaces between the words are eliminated so that the Old Testament is a continuous block of Hebrew letters. Then, by skipping letters at a programmed interval, the program searches for words. There appear to be patterns to the passages where the words are found. This has been previously done a lot in the Hebrew Bible in Hebrew, which is the Christian Bible Old Testament. On the Revelation13.net site, there is a discussion of research on an English Bible code in the King James Version Bible using Bible code software on a PC. Code Finder Millennium Edition software was used, which does equidistant letter sequence (ELS) searches in the King James Version English Bible as well as Hebrew Old Testament searches. This Bible code software searched for words and phrases in the King James Version New Testament and Old Testament separately. There is evidence of English Bible code patterns that the software found by skipping varying intervals in the King James Old Testament or New Testament made into a block of solid text in what is called a matrix. On the Revelation13.net website, along with prophecies of world events, there is also a discussion of events in the world including AIDS disease from the point of view of astrology, biblical prophecy, including the book of Revelation, and numerical analysis. From a biblical standpoint, the four horsemen of the apocalypse may now be riding, including the fourth horseman, death by disease, which could be AIDS, bird flu, and other diseases. Let us consider here three diseases that are a threat to mankind: AIDS, Ebola, and influenza. The virus that causes AIDS, HIV, was discovered in the year 1983. So numerically, AIDS is associated with the number 83. Astrologically, the galaxy M83 shown here is in the constellation Hydra. Hydra was a multi-headed serpent in mythology that kept growing a new head each time a head was cut off. This sounds like AIDS, which keeps mutating to allow it to get around any treatment or vaccine. The Hydra was defeated by Hercules, by his nephew Iolaus, burning each of the mortal heads as Hercules cut them off, and burying the immortal head under a stone. Perhaps this mythology story of the Hydra could somehow be a clue on how to treat AIDS, and gives us hope that a cure will be found. Note that the AIDS virus has 9,213, equaling 111 times 83, bits of genetic information, so again the number 83 is relevant. Ebola, a lethal disease of Africa that kills in 2 weeks of infection, had its virus discovered in 1976. So if we associate galaxy M76 with it, we are near the constellation Andromeda. This is the Ebola virus. Remember the movie Andromeda Strain about a lethal disease that threatened humanity? That could be Ebola if it mutates to an airborne form. Influenza or flu was discovered in 1933. Galaxy M33, shown here, is in the constellation Triangulum. That may imply we should look for a triangle. The numbers 33, 76, and 83 do form a right 90-degree triangle with an angle of 66 degrees as shown here. Since 666 is the number of the Antichrist of the book of Revelation, chapter 13, who is a satanic imitation of Christ who appears during the end times events, this may imply that these three diseases will threaten humanity during the end times events. In fact, Ebola virus frequently twists itself into a shape that looks like a 6, as shown in this photo. These diseases may also relate to three animals used to describe the Antichrist in Revelation 13:2, which says, "He is like a leopard, has the mouth of a lion and the feet of a bear." Maybe Ebola corresponds to the leopard with its great speed. Ebola kills in 2 weeks of infection. Influenza, possibly bird flu, could be the lion. It causes coughing like a lion's roar. And AIDS could be the bear. The bears hibernate like AIDS can do in people until it wakes up and kills them. Note that AIDS was first announced on June 5, 1981, when it was first detected in 5 men in Los Angeles. June 6, 2006 was the 25th anniversary of AIDS. Interestingly, one day before 6606, which is June 6, 2006. 666 being the satanic beast number of the Antichrist. Could it be that AIDS is one form of the fourth horseman of the apocalypse, death? Could the end times events mean that the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse will ride now with AIDS and other diseases raising havoc? Shown next are 3 King James Version English Bible Code matrices on AIDS and the HIV virus. In this first matrix, I had to do a very wide Old Testament search of minus 100,000 to 100,000 to find HIV virus, the virus that causes AIDS disease. This wide matrix is at Esther 9:17 to Lamentations 1:20, and this matrix contains the words HIV virus with an ELS equaling 91674, death, and also the words and phrases hope shall perish, the consumption, my strength, AIDS greatly weakens the body, troubled mine heart, your breath has fire, all the nations, about the worldwide spread of AIDS. Clearly this matrix shows the hopelessness of infection with AIDS. This next Old Testament matrix is similar at Ezra 7:26 to Lamentations 1:20, and it includes the words and phrases HIV virus unto death, and also the words that indicate the worldwide spread of AIDS, kingdoms and nations, knowledge and discretion, buried, shall be wasted, a great multitude. But it also contains a message of hope in the phrase, art my help and my deliverer. The Old Testament matrix at Judges 11:14 to 1 Samuel 23:23 includes words that give us hope a cure will be found. The phrases find cure, with an ELS equaling 8738, and also in this matrix, AIDS, death, the men of the city, the dead, for he shall surely die. In conclusion, the King James Version English Bible Code and the Book of Revelation may give some insight into AIDS and the HIV virus, and these Bible Code matrices are indicating that a cure will be found. Also, the mythology of the Hydra indicates a cure will one day be found. See the Revelation13.net website for more information on this subject.